Let me
Hello,
see.
everybody. I'm sorry. I thought I was live, so I had just started talking. We are live now. Hello, everybody. I saw Carrie Taryn come in
There you
and
are.
say a lie.
Now you're on. You've been chatting
Um,
all this time.
I just got an email from John Howe. He emailed me and said he does not feel well. He is under heavy medication and doesn't think he could answer questions, let alone present what he was going to present. So, what I am going to do, because I lost the date that LJ wanted me to do research on that war. I got to get with him and get the date again. I've been a really busy bee this week. I've just been going, going, going. There's not been a day that I have actually sat down for more than maybe a half an hour to take a break before I just go drop and go to bed. So, um, since I wasn't ready for the war, I am going to talk about BRICS, what it is, who's in it, why they're doing it, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to be reading from Wikipedia and I will drop those links um, as I read, but just get a little bit more knowledge about what it is because they're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes to affect our economy. Um, Apparently, it only started out with 5 countries, which was, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Apparently, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. It says see more, so let me go there. Um, Joined January 1st of 2024. So they just joined like 5 days ago. So we will be going over some of that and just basic information about what BRICS is, and I think I'm going to take it from Wikipedia. I don't like Wikipedia; just does that. I'd like to do a little more research, but since I don't have a topic and John is not here, we will be doing just whatever I come up with. I
Just go
guess.
for it. And bear with
So
me, folks. I'm kind of messing with things. I was messing with dinner.
I did put the link. I am not happy with YouTube right now because I cannot pin my link. So um, my goodness. Here, Santiago,
Yeah.
can you copy and paste the link into chat and then I can pin yours? I can't pin mine. I don't know why
Well,
they did that.
well, I see your that you have it right here on the chat.
Hmm. But
I see the
chat
link.
will go by. I want it pinned at the top. I don't want to have to keep dropping it.
Oh, how do I pin it?
Just no. I don't think you have. I don't think you have powers to pin it.
So what is it you want me to do?
Copy and paste the link into chat, and then I can pin yours from there. I can't pin my own. They really screwed up chat. YouTube did this time.
Hmm. Let's
I can't.
see.
I can't grab mine and pin it, but I can grab yours and pin it. Watch.
Okay, hold on.
Pin message. There's your message. I'll pin now.
Okay, okay, hold on,
I don't
hold on.
know why I can do it with yours, but I can't do it with mine. It's
Uh,
crazy. YouTube
Just a
screwing up too
minute.
much.
Just a minute.
Anyway, well, since we had the realtors come in, I decided to go ahead and do my spring cleaning. Mm, and I did spring cleaning because I haven't been able to do over the last 2 years. I've just been trying to get my hey Matt, get my leg back, let alone do anything, and I had to catch up on my cleaning. So I spring
Okay,
cleaned my house. I mean, deep spring cleaned. There we
okay.
go.
How's that?
There. Now we can pin it. Perfect. Thank you.
Excellent.
I appreciate that. I don't know what they're doing. It's just stupid.
As Mr. Burns would say, excellent.
Anyway, if everybody please say hi so we know who to say hi to. Carrie Taryn was here for a minute to drop a like.
Now, when we were talking, when you thought you were online, and is it okay for me to repeat something that you were saying right when we figured out you weren't on?
Sure.
Okay, so you were saying that you hurt your back and you pinched a sciatic nerve.
No.
No.
My back is bad to begin with.
Okay.
I mean, it's just bad to begin with. But my sciatic nerve, almost on a weekly basis, gets caught in one side or the other. It's just caught my right side this time.
Yeah,
I deal with this all the time.
See, and then I was starting to say that, as you know, I use a wheelchair. I hurt my back at work, and and they ended up fighting the whole thing. But nevertheless, my legs are partially paralyzed, but I at first I was paralyzed from mid sternum down, and through therapy I had advanced really pretty good. I was walking just over 200 feet with the use of a walker, and with a therapist, and then lo and behold, I pinched the sciatic nerve.
Aren't they
And
fun?
oh my God, I didn't know that that's what I did, and it triggered.
Like hell, doesn't it?
Oh man, it triggered all the muscles in my back,
Oh yeah.
and they all spasmed, and it literally felt like it was my vertebrae, like my whole spine from the top of my back down to the bottom, and it literally felt like my back was gonna snap like a dry twig, and I couldn't lay on my
That's how
back.
bad it hurts, yes.
Well, I couldn't be on my side. When I
Mhm.
would sit up, it felt like my back was gonna hyperextend. It
Can't
was
use your own
absolutely
muscles to lift
painful.
your leg.
What's that?
It's painful. You can't use your own muscle
Oh, it
to
was
lift your
terrible.
leg. No, I know.
It was terrible, and absolutely painful. And I went to the
Here, I'm gonna scare the
hospital.
hell out of you now.
Oh man, and it really set me back. It really did.
Oh, it does.
And I wasn't walking no more. And then when I started walking, I got to like 72 feet, and I strained a muscle in my lower back,
Damn,
and
dude.
so it set me back. And
Need a
then I could,
bubble?
and then when I started walking again, I fell. I
Oh,
ended up having a fall, and it totally messed me up. And so yeah, I've been working with therapists,
mm.
and I've been having problems with my hamstring, my left hamstring, and my calf. And so when they work on my hamstring, just the other day I did 13 feet, and then I did 16 feet, and that's being that I haven't
Do you take
walked in quite a
potassium on
while.
a daily basis?
I used to. I
Oh
used to.
man, you should.
I don't take that no more.
Mm.
And but yeah, so pinching the sciatics. Oh my God, it was like,
Okay, I'm gonna scare you more. You think
oh
sciatic's bad?
please do, huh?
You think the sciatic nerve getting caught is bad? Mm. The ischiofemoral muscle in your leg, which wraps from your hip around the top of your leg into the back of your knee, goes from the outside across your leg to the inside of your leg and back to your knee. Wait until that son of a bitch gets caught.
Now I'll pass. No, right
Oh
now.
my God. The moment it happened, it hurt so bad. My other leg went into fits and it threw me off the toilet onto the floor. I could not put even a 0.1 gram of weight on my leg. I couldn't lift my leg. I was on crutches for 12 weeks. That hurts 10 times as much as the sciatic nerve.
Well, I didn't know that I pinched the sciatics,
Oh,
and when I went to the emergency room, um, did the MRI. They said no surgery needed because I have
wait, they did
yeah
an MRI instead of a CAT scan?
yeah they did an MRI on me,
So they
and
put you through 30 to 40 minutes of hell trying to get the
oh
MRI when a
oh my
CAT
God.
scan would take 5 minutes?
Oh my God. Yeah, because the thing is that the MRI can see the muscles better
No,
and the
they
tendons and all
lied.
that.
They
Yeah,
lie. The CAT
and
scan sees everything. The
CAT
muscles, the
scan
hard tissue, soft tissue, the gases, everything.
a CAT scan works more off of X-rays, and now they can do 3D imaging with the CAT
Don't let them
scan.
lie to you, Santiago.
I've worked in the radiology for over
CAT
15
scan is
years.
the combination of a X-ray and a MRI. I have them all the time. I get it. I have MRIs and CAT scans scheduled at least twice a year for different parts of my body.
All right. So
Anyway,
anyway,
yeah, it's just not fun. I don't care who you
I
are.
was just about to say that it is no fun, and I don't recommend it to anybody.
My heart goes out to you if you ever have to go through it. I'm just so used to the pain anymore. It's in one side or the other every week. Just which side is it this week? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I get the spasms and twitches on my legs,
Yep.
and ugh, but
Ghosting?
huh?
Is it ghosting?
Ghosting?
Yeah, your body thinks it's doing something, so it twitches.
No, it's just it's like a little like a jerk, and I can feel it with because of my lower back,
Oh,
and but
yeah.
I
I
mean
didn't know you were in a wheelchair, dude.
yeah, I've come a long way. That was whenever I would go to the post office, I had to use the city bus to where they come get me
Yeah.
because there's no bus stop near me,
Oh,
and
wow.
so it's a 2-hour trip just to go down the road to the post office,
Dang.
and so it was a real pain every time
Yeah.
when I was mailing stuff out, and
Oh.
and then I'm waiting for them to come pick me up. Yeah,
Well,
but
I'm going to tell you, I had an accident when I was, I think 26, 27 years old. I was doing pressure washing, high pressure, very hot water pressure washing. I had two machines, and I was setting my machine up. I was hooking it up to the water supply. Just the regular extra heavy duty hose is basically what it is. Very very thick, and because of the water pressure, and the guy ran over it, and it sucked it up into his little vacuum. The parking lot sweepers. He wasn't supposed to be there, but he wasn't the one driving. It was his cousin who was not authorized. Anyway, he ran over my hose. It sucked it up into the machine, and it wrapped around my leg and skipped me down the parking lot. I was never supposed to regain my right leg. And I told him, I said, "The hell with that. Watch me." It took me a couple of years, but I got it back. So I have a lot of problems with it. The doctor took out a Baker's cyst out of my left knee. And Baker's cyst, I don't know if you guys know what a Baker's cyst is. It's a big, say, balloon of water somewhere in your body. Just, Baker's cyst specifically happen usually around the knee area because of something else going on in your body. You're usually has to do with fragile bones and you know, um, discs and stuff like that. what they're doing is they're cushioning the body. And they usually, if they get too big, they rupture, and the rupture really hurts. So I insisted, they have to go in and clean it up after the rupture. So I'm like, well, wait, why don't we just do the surgery before it ruptures, and then I won't have to go through the rupture pain. So they took out the left one, and something happened during surgery. Within the first 30 days, I was back in, 30 days to the day. I was back in surgery. My knee has swollen up to 10 times the size. Something happened. It got really super infected, and they had to water pick my leg. They literally opened the back of my leg and kind of water picked me to death. And then the doctor refuses to do the right leg. So, so, I have to deal with all of that. And it's not fun. Not fun at all.
Well, I'll
If
pass on
it
that.
ruptures, they have to go in and do something. But the Baker cyst in my right leg is sitting between the main nerve and the main vein. And so he's, really scared to even do it. But the more it grows, it wraps around both going down the leg. So he has to, kind of like, say you got a water balloon that holds like a gallon and a half, and it stretched out the whole balloon. Well, it's like it's only half full of water, and you've got this big long string of a cyst. It's called a cyst, and it's wrapping around stuff in my leg. So it really, doesn't feel exactly fun, but just got to deal with it on a daily basis. I look them up. They only appear when the body is trying to fix something else, and since they won't fix the something else, I just have to deal with it. Yeah, three broken vertebrae, T7, T8, T10. L4, L5 are the discs are like octopus over the vertebrae. They have little arms that come out. They won't touch me though. They won't fix anything.
I
I'll
got a
just
problem with
break.
that. I got a problem with the L4, L5 too.
Yeah, it's a normal one for people who do a lot of back work. Mine happened during that accident. They were supposed to take out my C4, which is the one that actually makes you a quadriplegic, and put a cage in, but because of the osteoporosis, they won't do anything. They just won't do anything. So I just have to live with it.
See, and me, they put screws and rods in my neck and in my upper back, and they were trying to keep me from being a quadriplegic.
Yeah.
And that worked, but I ended up with partial paralysis on my legs.
Yeah. See, they just won't even touch me. They won't try anything. He calls me a walking time bomb. Hey, EC. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just dealing the best I can. I don't I
So
don't try to get down for anything.
so
No reason.
doctors to you are like women to me. They just won't touch you.
Ah, yeah, no, they'll take pictures and they'll bitch and complain and hey Des, um, and they'll say, well, you need this, but because of this, we can't do that. And it's like, well, then just don't even argue with me. Like,
Yes,
do what
I'm
I want,
fortunate.
damn it.
No, I'm fortunate with the injury that I had. They weren't when I was going to have my surgery. The surgeon just straight up gave it to me straight because I told him just give it to me straight, and they weren't expecting me to even survive the surgery.
Wow.
And yeah, and they you just
Why did they make that call?
because they thought I was going to either bleed out or my airway was going to close because I was going to be on my stomach for so long.
Oh
And
wow.
and so I said okay. So I said all my goodbyes, made sure I had everything straightened up. Um, Made my peace with the big guy upstairs, and I went into surgery. And put me under. And when I woke up, when I woke up, I could talk, but all I was able to move was my arms and my eyeballs. And I was like, oh man. And then,
Wow.
yeah, it took a month after that for me to slightly move two of my toes on my foot. And
Mm,
then a week after that, my knee barely moved. And like I said, I was paralyzed from the mid sternum down, and I was really doing a good recovery until I pinched those nerves in my back, and it really set me back. But yeah,
yeah.
so but I mean, I can stand, but just for a bit, and then I'll have to rest and sit down. Um,
Yeah. I
my
was
good days,
falling down
I can walk a
yesterday. I
bit.
was so tired. Dude, I cleaned so much my fingers hurt. I was just like, gotta go, I gotta lay down. Just my fingers hurt. Okay, I better get going here. John again is not feeling well. He didn't think he could present what he wanted to present, let alone answer questions. So we're flying solo again. So I'm going
Yay!
to share with you all the bricks thing here. And I got to make sure I'm
Mm,
on the right one. I'm just going to kind of explain what it is, who they are, what they do.
what
Um,
they're doing.
yeah,
The bad
yeah,
news for
we'll get in there. There's a lot of little things in here. They throw these little links in here, hoping that you'll just read through and not go look. But I was looking through some of it, and I think what's there is kind of important too. Anyway, Bricks is, and I'm just gonna read this. This is off of Wikipedia, guys, and I will I'm going to copy and paste it into the link. Wait, what is going on here? Oh, I know, I see. Okay. Oh, it doesn't like it. Okay, maybe not. It doesn't like all that happy horse shit. It doesn't like it. Let me try something else here since we're here. Copy link. There we go. It'll go in when I do it that way. No, it won't. I lied. It's too long. Anyway, guys, this is under bricks. It's B.R.I.C.S, and there's a period in between each one. And I just brought up Wikipedia. I just take the first one usually, and if it then I go through a couple others, see if they say the same thing. So, bricks. It has been suggested that brick is merged into this article. Proposed since December 2023, BRICS is an intergovernmental organization comprising of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, which were the first five. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates joined January 1st uh, this year. They just joined. So when we go on in here, it's blah, 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 blah. Okay. Originally identified, and I'm reading this one, guys. Originally identified to highlight investment opportunities, the grouping evolved into a cohesive geopolitical bloc, with their governments meeting annually at formal summits and coordinating multilateral policies since 2009. Bilateral relationships among BRICS are conducted mainly on the basis of non interference, equally, and mutual benefit. Now, that's not exactly true. BRICS was started, the hoopla behind the scene is BRICS was started to take down the United States economy because the way it was being run, it wasn't in favor of the aforementioned countries. It was putting everybody in debt, and now they're using it against us. No longer are they with the World Bank, and we'll get into that.
oh
The
yeah,
founding countries of Brazil, Russia, India, and China held the first summit in Yekaterinburg in 2009, with South Africa joining the bloc a year later. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE joined the organization 1 January 24. The BRICS nation encompass about 30% of the world's land surface, 45% of the global population. Brazil, Russia, India, and China are among the world's 10 largest countries by population area and GDP. And I'm going to PPP. Oh, wait, I didn't want to do that. Because if I just go like this, maybe it'll pop something up. Here it is. For the love of Pete. Okay, PPP is product purchasing power party. Priority. Okay? I wanted to make sure everybody understood that. So, BRICS nation and blah, 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 blah. I read that. All 5 initial member states are members of the G20 with a combined nominal GDP of US $28 trillion, about 27% of the gross world product, GWP, and a total GDP of around 57 trillion. 33% of the global GDP, PPP, and an estimated 4.5 trillion in combined foreign reserves as of 2018. That's a lot of economic power, guys. That's enormous. The BRICS nations are considered the foremost geopolitical rival in the G7 bloc. Now, that's the top 7 countries in the world, leading advanced economics, completing initiatives such as the New Development Bank, the BRICS Contingent Reserve Arrangement, the BRICS Payment System, the BRICS Joint Statistical Publication, and the BRICS Basket Reserve Currency. Now you go in here to the New Development Bank, or NDB, formerly referred to as the BRICS Development Bank, is a multilateral development bank established by BRICS states. According to the agreement on the NDB, the bank shall support public, and I better open this up, support public or private projects through loans, guarantees, equity participation, and other financial instruments. Moreover, the NDB shall cooperate with international organizations and other financial entities and provide technical assistance for projects to be supported by the bank. Now, that's there's a lot going in there, because now we're getting into energy, finances, power, geopolitical process. So yeah, they're holding up quite a lot. Okay, we'll go here, and under founding, the term BRIC was originally developed in the context of foreign investment strategy. It was introduced in 2001 publication, Building Better Global Economic BRICS, by then chairman of Goldman Sachs Assets Management. Now, I'm going to stop right here, because building better, you guys remember back to Biden's campaign strategies when he was running for president. His campaign was Build Back Better. That came from Charles Schwab, and through, or not Charles Schwab, but what's his name? Anyway, and it came down through King Charles, through Schwab, and every country that's going underneath of him is using that Build Back Better slogan, which now becomes very scary because Goldman Sachs is in there and Jim O'Neill. It's a British economist best known for coining BRIC, the acronym that stands for Brazil, Russia, India, and China, the four once rapidly developing countries that were thought to challenge the global economic power of the developed. Now, I think the countries were spooked because the Rothschilds, who owned the World Bank, were liquidating all of their assets. So there's a little bit more to what's going on. Anyway, the foreign ministers of the initial four BRIC general states met in New York City in September 2006 at the margins of the general debate of the UN Assembly, beginning a series of high-level meetings. A full-scale diplomatic meeting was held in Yekaterinburg, Russia, on the 16th of June in 2009. The BRIC grouping's first formal summit, also held in that Weiberg. I'm just going to call it Weiberg. I can't say it. Commenced on 16 June 2009 with Luis Howe, Inacio, Lula da Silva, Dmitry. Okay, I'm not going into their names, guys. The respective leaders of Brazil, Russia, India, and China all attending. The summit's focus was on improving the global economic situation and reforming financial institutions, and discussed how the four countries could better cooperate in the future. There was future discussion of ways that developing countries, such as 3/4 of the BRIC members, could become more involved in global affairs. That if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. In the aftermath of 2009 Weiberg Summit, the BRIC nations announced the need for a new global reserve currency, which would have to be diverse, stable, and predictable. Although the statement was released, did not directly criticize the perceived dominance of the US dollar, something that Russia had criticized in the past. It did spark a fall in the value of the dollar against major other currencies. In 2010, South Africa began efforts to join the BRIC grouping, and process for its formal admission began in August of that year. South Africa officially became a member nation on 24 December 2010 after being formally invited by China to join, and subsequently accepted by the BRIC countries. The group was renamed BRICS, with the S standing for South Africa, to reflect the group's expanded membership. In April 2011, the president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, attended the 2011 BRICS Summit in Sanya, China, as a full member. New Development Bank. In June of 2012, the BRICS nations pledged $75 billion to boost the lending power of the International Monetary Fund, IMF. However, this loan was conditional on IMF voting reforms. In March 2013, during the 5th BRICS Summit in Durban, the member countries agreed to create a global financial institution to cooperate with the Western-dominated IMF and World Bank. They plan to set up this new development bank by 2014. However, disputes relating to burden sharing and location slowed down the agreements. At the BRICS leaders meeting in St. Petersburg in September 2013, China committed $41 billion towards the pool. Brazil, India, and Russia 18 billion each, and South Africa 5 billion. China, who held the world's largest foreign exchange reserve and contributes the bulk of the currency pool, wanted a more significant managing role. Of course they did. China also wanted to be the location of the reserve. In October 2013, Russia's finance minister Anton Siluanov said that creating $100 billion in funds designated to steady currency markets would be taken in early 2014. The Brazilian finance minister, Guido Mantega, confirmed that the fund would be created by March of 2014. However, by April of 2014, the Currency Reserve Pool and Development Bank had yet to be set up, and the date was rescheduled to 2015. One driver for the B.R.I.C.S Development Bank is that the existing institution's primary benefit, extra B.R.I.C.S corporations, and political significance is notable because it allows B.R.I.C.S member states to promote their interests abroad and can highlight the strengthening positions of countries whose opinion is frequently ignored by their developed American and European colleagues. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do you guys see how B.R.I.C.S is wiggling their way in? They're wiggling into geopolitical power, is what they're doing. Wrong one. So, in July 2014, during the 6th B.R.I.C.S summit in Fortaleza, and I don't know where that's at, the B.R.I.C.S signed the document to create the U.S. $100 billion new development bank, formerly known as the B.R.I.C.S Development Bank. Okay, we read that. And reserve currency pool with over another 100 billion US dollars. Documents on cooperation between B.R.I.C.S export credit agencies and agreement of cooperation on innovation were also linked. The Fortaleza summit was followed by a B.R.I.C.S meeting with the Union of South American Nations presidents in Brasilia. Wow. I'm seriously, this is probably not a good thing, guys. Anyway, I'm not going to continue reading all of that because there's a lot to it. It's just when you dive into this new development bank here and you look to see what they're trying to do, and since World Bank is on the stage too now, it looks like the Rothschilds are trying to get out of the banking business. Not that they want to, because they have, they loan countries their own money, and then they take back interest rates on that country's money. That's how they've been doing it. Oh, look here, this picture over here. I think I'm still sharing him. I'm not. Oh, let me stop that screen, and I'm going to present this new one here. New development bank. See this picture over here? That's the bank. Shanghai, China. Of course it's in China. Wow. Anyway, these people are, yeah. Now this guy, he's the CEO or director, current independent director, non-executive chairman of Gio Financial Services, and the former chief of New Development Bank of B.R.I.C.S countries. He has also served as the chairman of Infosys Limited and the second largest Indian IT group. Infosys is a huge company, guys. Look it up. Um, all of these companies are intertwined with one another. So, everybody knows what the other one is doing. And it's all coming from the same spot. Over here you see all of the memberships: Bangladesh, Brazil, China, Egypt, India, Russia, South Africa, United Arab Emirates, Uruguay, and there's a couple more that I don't see in there yet, but they're there. The UAE isn't in there. They hold a lot. UAE had them change the December 13th, 2023 7-year agreement at GOP 28, COP 28, because they didn't want to stop producing oil. So they had to take that out of the agreement for UAE to get involved, and they need UAE involved, which, by the way, is in Dubai, the fastest growing city in the world. It's headquartered in Shanghai. It was established in 2019 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Okay, the second regional office was established in 2019 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, followed by Gift City. Okay, International Finance Tech City. Okay. The central business district under construction in Gandahar, in Gar, probably butchered that. It's in India, first operational greenfield smart city and international financial services center, which the government of India promoted as a greenfield project in 2020. So they do have a 15-minute city already up. And that, the fact that they've got a 15-minute city going around this BRICS bank should just scream volumes at you.
Well, wait till it hits the U.S.
Well, we're already here. They've already got
15,
one started in Phoenix, and there are 40 cities across the United States that are gearing up to make 15-minute cities. I can show you the picture.
And 15-minute cities are basically everything you need is within 15 minutes of your home.
Yeah.
And when they really crack down on it, they're following China's lead.
No,
and you're not gonna.
No.
And you're gonna need permission to go beyond that.
No, it's run by COP, the Conference of the Parties, COP, and Charles leads COP. King Charles III leads COP. He's the one handing down all the mandates, what's supposed to be going on. And here, I'm gonna get over here and I'm gonna turn on my camera.
Because China already has the 15-minute cities. And
no, not yet. They're not built yet.
No, China has them. China has them already. If you can even YouTube it.
These are the 40 cities in the United States
that are getting. Well, yeah, there's Seattle.
Phoenix already has one up. It's already started. I don't know how far along they are, but they've been working towards it. There are 96 cities throughout the world that are supposed to be doing it. And of course, Dubai has the one that's going to have mirrors on the outside so it reflects the ecology around it. The makes it look the same. But all of these mandates are coming down through Charles itself. So yeah. So yeah, this is you see it's all tying in. Klaus Schwab, that's his name. I said Charles Schwab. It wasn't supposed to be Charles. It was Klaus. Anyway, NDB signed headquarter agreements with governments of PRC and the Memorandum of Understanding with Shanghai Municipal People's Government concerning the arrangement in relation to the headquarters of the bank in Shanghai. According to the bank, most of the NDB policies and procedures for all functional areas were approved at the board of directors meeting in January of 2016. So they've already got 2 buildings worldwide. I think the development, the what they call it, the new development bank, is going to take over the World Bank. It's going to take over all the stuff that the World Bank is doing because they've got other things they need to do. There are multiple other corporations involved. See here, World Financial Institution provides loans and grants to governments of low and middle income countries for the purpose of pursuing capital projects. The World Bank is the collective name for the International Bank. That's the one that the Rothschilds own. And every Rothschild is on board. Inter-American Development Bank is an international financial institution headquartered in Washington, D.C., of course, United States of America, and serving as the largest source of development financing for Latin America and the Caribbean. So they're in there. Financial Fund for the Development of River Plate Basin, Rio de la Plata Basin Financial Development Fund. So, and let's see, Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay are all got stuff in there. European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the EBRD, International Financial Institution founded in 91. Multilateral Development Investment Bank, London, of course. Caribbean Development Bank, CBD, is there you go. That's a great name, right? Eurasian Development Bank, International Investment Bank, Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean. So we know that's run in Washington, D.C. Asian Development Bank, Islamic Development Bank. Oh my gosh, these guys are all in bed together, guys. There's the Development Bank of South Africa. You know, I ran across some information when I had 5 minutes this week. I was doing a little bit of research. And how many remember the bombing in Syria where they were dropping the hydrochloric gas or whatever it was? And then all the people were migrating away from Syria. That was because Genie Oil, and I'll see if I can find them here. Genie Oil. No, not Genie Oil Change. Is a great big huge Genie Energy now. Newark, New Jersey is a holding company comprising Genie Retail Energy. They once all the people were gone from Syria, migrated away, Genie Oil came in and bought up the land from Syria. Now, Syria was ordered to do this, so all the underground resources that they had found could be acquired. Genie Oil, also, the Bushes are on the board of directors for Genie Oil, by the way. So if we were to go in here and look it up and look at the board of directors or whatever, here we go. Genie Energy Strategic Advisor Board is comprised of Dick Cheney. Ooh, we know who that is. Rupert Murdoch, we know who that is. James Woolsey, former CIA director. Larry Summers, former head of the U.S. Treasury, guys. Bill Richardson, former governor of New Mexico, ex-ambassador to the United Nations, and ex-energy secretary. Michael Scheinhardt, An American billionaire hedge fund manager, philanthropist, and former antiquities collector. Oh, we know who the Rothschilds are. Mary Landry, American entrepreneur and politician who served as United States Senator for Louisiana 97 to 2015. A member of the Democratic Party and former United States Senator from Louisiana, deep south and south central regions of the United States. It borders the state of Texas to the west, Arkansas to the north, Mississippi to the east, and the Gulf of Mexico south. Oh, all of those guys. Those are your big people that are on the board of directors for Genie Oil, or now known as Genie Energy. Founder is Howard Jones, businessman and telecom entrepreneur, and founder of IDT Corp and Genie Energy. Oh, they
Maybe it's
only have
time to buy some stock.
it's it's a few $1 million in there. These guys wanted the natural resources of Syria, so they had to make a situation where all the people of the land would leave, migrate away, so they could have the resources of Syria. And that's how we came about on that one. I don't know how many people know that. Genie Retail Energy comprises the company's domestic electricity and natural gas supply companies, commonly referred to as retail energy providers. These companies offer traditional and renewable green energy supply options to residential and small, medium commercial clients throughout degraded energy states in the United States. Well, who would have figured that green thing out? GRE companies purchase electricity and natural gas in the wholesale markets, which it resells to residential and small business customers in New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Ohio, Rhode Island, Illinois, Massachusetts, Maine, Delaware, Texas, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. Commercial natural gas supply customers are also served in the state of Florida. These companies offer a variety of products and services, including fixed rate and variable rate energy supply plans, traditional and green electricity options, and clean carbon offset natural gas programs. Oh, the windmills. Okay. Like other reps, GRE companies compete against incumbent electric and gas utilities, as well as over 100 or more other reps. Genie Energy acquired Retail Energy Holdings, Town Square Energy. Oh, wow. So they're just becoming a great big huge conglomerate. Genie Oil and Gas explored for conventional oil in the Israeli occupied Golan Heights, though its APEC oil and gas subsidiary, and pursued oil shale projects through American Shale Oil Company, Israel Energy Initiatives, and Genie Energy Mongolia. Well, they're already in bed together, guys. AMSO, IEI, and Genie Energy Mongolia are no longer active. 89% of Gogaz was owned by Genie Energy, while Jacob Rothschild, Michael Steinhardt, and Rupert Murdoch, among others, held minority interests. Wow.
There's only
Israeli,
three of us in here.
yeah, Israeli Energy Initiative was founded in 2008 to develop oil shale in Israel. So they're already there. In July 2011, the company received a 1-year extension of a 3-year license to explore oil shale resources on 238 square kilometers in Israel's Shefela region. In September 2014, I gotta see where this is. Soft sloping rolling hills in south central Israel. Okay. Of course, down there by Gaza. In September 2014, a government planning committee rejected a building permit for the project. The committee decisions essentially killed the project as IEI did not pursue any means of appeal. By the time the committee ruling, most of the staff of IEI, including Chief Scientist Harold Vinegar, Professor of Petroleum Geoscience at Ben-Gurion University, so Ben-Gurion University is in Jerusalem, I believe, had moved to work at the sister company, AFEC. IEI planned to use in situ conversion process technology for its pilot project, following the format of a 95 trial by Royal Dutch Shell. Okay. Shell subsequently shut down its work on developing the technology. Israel's major environmental organizations such as Jewish National Fund, okay, so Jewish National Fund is a nonprofit organization founded in 1901 to buy and develop land in Ottoman Syria for Jewish settlement. By 2007, it owned 13% of the total land in Israel. Since its inception, the JNF has planted over 240 million trees in Israel. It has also built 180 dams and reservoirs. I don't want to read on. I just want to see the involvement in Israel. The Society for Protection of Nature in Israel, another nonprofit, guys, that profits off everything. Biodiversity. Okay, Greenpeace, of course, another green energy, and Israel Union for Environmental Defense protested against the IEI license. Environmental concerns include the potential for contaminating Israel's Shafila aquifer, which runs underneath the Shafia oil shale formation, for destroying a rural region of Israel that currently promotes ecotourism, and for reversing work, citing both the environmental damage and the questionable economic value of the project. What is an energy triangle? Natural gas extraction plant between the trees. Wow. Here you go. The energy triangle is part of what happened in Syria. 40 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Who wouldn't want that? Here's all the sites. Guys, I will paste that into down here. Hey, Dove. I will paste that link for Genie Oil. Excuse me, Genie Energy now. So that's part of what's going on. 2 institute banks in China chartered to implement the state policies in industry, foreign trade, economy, and foreign aid to other developing countries. Ooh, go back there. No, wrong one. To promote the export of Chinese products and services. Okay, that's what they do. Oh, wow, guys. This is all just so. Here are your top 3 people in this new development bank. KV Kamath, Marcos Prado Trejo, and Dilma Rousseff. This is probably in the Brazilian bank. It's unbelievable how much they actually intertwine and commingle, isn't it? Seriously. How are you, Dove? Yeah, BRICS is a great big huge part of this COP28 thing coming up. All for the last 3 weeks I've been talking about it. How King Charles is heading up everything going on with the Green New Deal, the green energy. And Dove, you weren't here when I said before long we're going to hear that King Charles calls Joe Biden probably before November 4th at this rate. Um, and tell him to announce that there are aliens and UFOs.
You think we're actually
So,
going to have an election?
what?
Do you think we're going to actually have an election?
Well, we're going to have a studio election. Yeah, we have to. But it's going to be studio. Because everybody in the United States could vote for Trump right now if they wanted to. And it's going to come out that Biden wins.
That's why I don't vote
They
no more.
they need Biden in office to keep puppeting Charles's information.
That's why I don't vote no more, because it doesn't matter anymore.
I really don't think so. When I was really upset and I started doing digging when I found out my mother had voted. Twice. She'd been dead. She died right before the 2008 elections and voted. And in 2012 she voted. I was like, "Oh, that is so interesting." Um However, my mother is in a jar in my house. She was cremated. I'm sure that those ashes did not get up and write her answers in. And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, what? It's right." So, and I had to do the same thing with my brother and take him off the registration as well. Yeah, that was quite interesting. Like, how in the world did you pull that off?
You're right, Dove Season. You're 100% right.
So, yeah, I just we're gonna have a studio election. I mean, there's gonna be all kinds of rigmarole and stuff, and Biden's going to keep talking about how bad MAGA Republicans are, and he's not going to actually talk about any of the stuff that he has screwed up, everything he touched, basically. And unless Congress overrides Biden by 75%, nothing going to be done about the border. Um, and I mean, I don't know how many of you keep seeing what's going on at the border, and I'm just going to state it outright. These are military age men coming across, 90% of it. Think about that for just one moment.
Wait till it all comes down.
Wait till it starts coming together and they start walking around in the same kind of clothes.
Everybody's going to be
We're
like,
talking China,
what?
we're talking Africa. Now, what they did, the reason why I talked about Syria is because what they did in Syria. Okay, how many of you know about the African rift going on? Let me see if I can pull something up. How many of you know about African rift?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Let's see. See if I can
I don't get
find it.
myself too tangled up in stuff.
Here, I'm gonna show you that. For quite a bit of time, there is this area right here in Africa. Now, this is a huge piece, guys. I mean, huge piece. It's slowly pulling apart at a 1/4 inch a year. Is what
Oh,
they're saying.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Africa has got some of the most amazing and exotic and singular minerals in the world. By singular, I mean you can find them nowhere else. One of those things is I can't remember what they call it. It's kind of like a rock or lava, a hardened lava stone. Is what it looks like.
Yeah,
Um,
Africa is very wealthy. They can actually sustain themselves.
well, they could
But
if they,
us,
but they don't have enough people or money. So what's going on is these big corporations like Genie Energy now
they
and
steal it.
Charles and all them are what they're doing is they're trying to shove everybody somewhere else so they can take take the natural resources. One of those rocks is a sustainable rock that they make into chips. Never heats up. It never gets hot, and you can only find it in Africa. Um, yeah, it's the resources, the minerals, the gems, the gold, the silver, the platinum. It's just the oil and natural resources, the gas, the solar possibilities are just enormous in Africa. So what they're doing is they're shifting their people around again. And since everybody else took in Syria, I guess it was the USA's turn to take in Africa and everything else. Triangles in the South America. Got to get them all up here ready to go at a moment's notice. So yeah, the African Rift, this whole part of this continent is going to break off and make a. You can already see it kind of filling in with water. Um, make a African island, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's going to be interesting though.
I
You're in
don't
Arizona.
know.
Oldest boy is in El Paso. Well, El Paso invaded. Oh yeah, I know you are, babe. I mean, and to think that New York and Chicago and Denver and them places are like bitching about, getting a few thousand.
Mhm.
I used to work in San Ysidro. Um, as the furthest south in California you can go to the Mexican border. And I used to sit in my office and just watch families just walk by our office window daily. Yeah, it's what's going on is horrible. They had to have a way to get those people in here. They had to get them out of Africa so they can buy up the land down there. So anyway, BRICS is trying to take over the world economy. Probably the reason why we have the Fed Now Bank. It's the new government bank supposed to be tied into every bank and financial institution in the country. So they see everything where everyone is going on. I mean, they've been working towards this, forever, giving children the authority medically to do whatever they want. That's part of it. Then the CRT crap. I mean, it's just all brainwashing towards a ideology for socialism, which will turn into communism. We are going, what was their motto? You will own nothing and be happy.
I
They're
just
going to take
saw.
away everybody's cars, and then they're going to take away everybody's property.
I just saw a video where one of the guys from the world. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to change my earpiece. I broke my other one. Um, I just saw a video where one of the guys from the World Economic Forum actually stated that banknotes are worthless.
Uh, we're about there. Yeah, they're A lot of what I say, I have no proof, but I've been doing this for so long, and I've watched it come down one thing right after another. Um, the psyops of what they're going to be doing is convincing you through commercials and other little tidbits here and there that just pop up whenever they want to. As you notice, YouTube anymore, you have to at least watch one commercial. Sometimes now it's getting into 30 seconds worth of commercials before it'll go on. Um, the psyops of convincing you that our monetary system is not worth anything anymore. It's also right up the alley of what they did to hand out. Oh, what were those PPPs? All that extra money that the government was giving us. It was to break our economy. It was to
Well,
force us into so much debt we had no choice
that's why
but
we're
to.
giving. That's why we're giving money away to everybody.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Exactly
they're
why
gonna.
we're giving money away to everybody and
Yeah,
everything for every.
they're gonna crash the system.
Somebody
Just
got $10 billion to study monkeys on meth in Russia, and we provided that money. I don't know about you, but I don't think that's really good spending of money.
no, it's
Yeah,
our. I hate to say it, but our country's done.
yeah, it really is. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's coming is not. It's not just us though. It's coming to every country.
Yep.
Um, GOP, they're not GOP. COP 28 was the proof of that. 170 of the 192 countries in our world signed on. Yes, they did. 170 of 192 countries worldwide signed on to the 7-year agreement through COP 28 to go green. Now, where did those, how many billions or trillions of dollars did Biden give to green energy companies? We're all starting to find out none of them are working and all of that money is just gone. Where did it go? Oh, it went to COP 28. I've said this before, John Howe. I told John Howe when we first started, that prophecy, biblical prophecy, is is the catalyst to political shenanigans. Let's put it that way.
Well,
They're doing things to force the prophecy.
I'll put it in a nutshell. And I may have said this before, but if I did, I'll say it again. I've told people already. They're getting the world ready for the Antichrist to come onto the world stage.
He's already here.
Well, he's
Just because
actually
he
coming
hasn't been
out.
inhabited yet doesn't mean he's not here.
No, he's around. He's laying low, but everything is going the way it's supposed to go.
It
You know,
absolutely is. It absolutely.
and we're
I got a picture. I got a full picture of his shield now. I do. I got a picture of his full shield, I believe. Where did it go? No.
yeah, dove season. Everything's gone, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's
Oh my God, I got this picture, and where did it go? It's not in here.
They're on
Where
to
did
you,
it go?
Ike's girl. They're
I'm
on to
telling you
you.
what, I am missing pictures from. Wow, where did it go?
They're on to you. They've hacked your system.
Okay, so you're gonna have to forgive the yellow and white marks. My my TV does this when I try to take a picture of something. That's King Charles' full shield. Nobody else will have another one like it. You cannot. I mean, it's as unique as his fingerprints. Red dragon, the horse, the unicorn, little horn. But notice that unicorn has the feet of a goat. No horse has split hooves. There's the lion's mouth or lion's head with the leopard's body and the bear's feet. The harp of David, the I'm gonna widen this out. That plume there, that's from the Mason's Brotherhood. He's called the Black Prince. Those feathers represent 666.
Well, I know where he's going, and I know where I'm going.
There's
So,
the red dragon. Do you know that there are 7 crowns on this shield? There are 7 crowns on this shield. The chain, uh, chaining humanity. There are 10 lions down here, but you can only see 7 of them fully.
you're
3 of the
starting
heads are
to
cut off.
sound you're starting to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, you think? There are 10 there, but 3 of their heads are cut off. Look at that. I mean, it's in your face kind of stuff. It's like I'm just gonna show you and I'm gonna put it out. I was like, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
I let the Simpsons predict everything.
Really? There's a good idea. Now look, I just bought this from Cash Money.
What are you doing buying things? That's what you were selling everything.
I was, but and I will sell it again. I wanted to see it for sure. There's the front. The Royal Mint. It's got all of his symbols: the dragon, the lion, leopard, bear, the little horn. Yeah, it's all there. And that, oh, I know, right? I'm so horrible. Conspiracy theories, right?
Well, it looks like it's only the 3 of us.
Oh, really? Did I chase everybody off?
Only the 3 of
Wow,
us. So what do you want to talk about?
I don't care. I wasn't prepared because I lost the date that LJ wanted me to look up. It's the War of something, and I haven't had time. And I was gonna do it, and I'm just so friggin' my legs hurt, my back hurts, my hands hurt. Do you know who Jonathan Kahn is?
Me?
Yeah,
Nope.
he's a rabbinical priest that has. Oh, they call it. I think Little Jerusalem is his church. It's in New Jersey. He's a Cohen.
What's
I
Cohen?
I think he's going to be one of the 2 witnesses. I think he's going to, like Charles will be inhabited. I think he will be one of them.
No, it's going to be Moses and Elijah.
I'm not saying that it's not going to be Moses and Elijah. What I'm saying is, I think, he's going to be chosen as the body. Just like Charles is chosen as the body to inhabit, if for Satan to inhabit, I think
Well,
honestly,
like I said before, I'm not planning on being here.
yeah, a lot of people keep saying that.
I'm planning on being raptured out. I'll be like, see ya. As soon as I hear
Yeah,
that
a lot
trumpet
of
sound,
people
I'm
say
gone.
that, but that's not good.
As
I
soon as I hear
honestly
that
believe
trumpet,
nobody's going nowhere. We have all had our hands in the cookie jar,
as soon
and
as
we
I hear
all got
that
caught.
trumpet, the trumpet's gonna sound, and I'm like, see ya.
Hey, have
And I
any
say,
of you heard the sky? What are they called? Sky trumpets? Have you looked that up? Sky trumpet? I think it's sky trumpets.
But I'll tell you what, I don't think I'll be able to, but just in case, if I can, as I'm going up, I'll say, "Bye, Ike's girl."
You can okay. I'm gonna get up here and say, "Where are you, Santiago? I'm on my way."
You'll
You
be
know what
sending
just
me,
happened,
you'll be
right?
sending me these StreamYard links, and I won't be responding. Oh, well, make sure you're not on the freeway because there'll be cars with nobody in them.
They're calling it a skyquake. Is a
That's
phenomenon
the,
where a loud
that's when
banging
the that's
sound is
that's when they'll come
reported.
out with the aliens to explain where everybody went.
I think the aliens are supposed to explain where the angels are coming from. I think that's what that's about.
They're going to use that to explain the rapture to trick everybody where the people went.
Yeah, everybody got captured by aliens. Yes,
Hmm.
they're already setting the stage for it.
Yeah, they can project images in the clouds in the sky.
Yep. So, Dove, are you still here? Are you pre, mid, or post, or one of the other 6 or 7 other titles they do?
Or are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Yeah, you a druid.
We're talking about the rapture, Dev.
Oh, the symbology in the Commonwealth Games of 2022 was just unbelievable, dude. They had druids, they had the Tower of Babel, they had the owl. Has anybody ever gone and watched the opening, the full opening of that?
There's that real big tunnel that they did in Europe. I forgot what it's called. And they
Oh,
did an open, their ceremony for that some years ago, and it was like, I mean, it looked pretty demonic.
go.
And then don't forget CERN,
Oh God, I don't even want to talk about CERN. They're trying to the God particle.
the doorway to the bottomless pit.
Yeah. Apopus is the asteroid in 2029, guys.
I won't be here.
That's what you keep saying, but I just yeah, you know what? I just think of it as a parent who has to discipline children, and I don't think there are going to be children that get away from it.
Yeah, they're called Jews because God's gonna turn His attention to the Jews because the church has been raptured out.
I just don't know. What I'm saying is, when you get caught with your hand in a cookie jar, you're not getting out of it. I mean, you got chocolate chips all over your face. I just don't think it's gonna be in all reality. I just don't think, all them kids that had their hands in taking the chocolate chip cookies are getting away
Well,
with it.
there's a saying that I heard years ago. Um, if you're not watching out for him, I'm talking about Jesus. If you're not watching, looking out for him, he's not coming for you.
So, Dub, are you pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib, pre-wrath,
I am pre-trib,
amillennial?
Dove.
I mean, God, what are there? About 7 of them now? He just asked Santiago, you must be pre-trib guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Santiago thought I was going to put up this huge fight last week, and it didn't actually happen. What I went through was pre-trib, mid-trib, and post-trib theologies.
What about you, Dove? What do you think? No rapture, pre-trib rapture.
I'm
You're mid-trib,
mid-trib,
okay.
but
Ooh, we could all
preparing
have a
for post.
debate, the three of us.
Ooh, that would be
Hey, where
great.
were you? Where were you when we brought this up?
Yeah, last week. Where were you last week? We
Where were you
needed you up
last
here.
week?
We needed a mid-tribber. I am post-trib, post everything. I don't think any of us are going anywhere until we've been spanked.
Ike's looking forward to the 7-year tribulation.
I
Me?
am, because I know I wear the armor of God. Now God knows who I am, and He knows I will fight for Him.
Things are gonna be getting bad, and then you're gonna tell me, see Santiago, and then yeah, I told you, and then you're gonna be like, wait, where do you go?
I mean, it's so much so in our family that we're gonna have a family meeting here in the next month and a half, and we're preparing to meet at one area, the whole family. Everybody's gonna grab what they got, put it in their cars, and drive.
Where are you gonna
And
go?
we're going to Idaho. It's past tidal wave area and before Yellowstone explosion area. And my brother's already got a house over there and property.
You know, when Yellowstone blows, which
And
I
we're gonna
firmly
pretend
believe
we're
that,
we're Amish.
when Yellowstone eventually goes, which I do believe is going to happen, you gotta be on the other side of that ash cloud.
No, you got to be on the west side of it because everything blows west to east.
Yeah,
Well, Yellowstone is in it's not Montana, it's the other one.
Wyoming
Is it Montana?
where is it at?
Oh God, now you're
See,
gonna
now you
make
got
me
me
look.
wondering.
Yellowstone. Where is it? Yellowstoner. What the hell? Yellowstone. Where is it? Where is it? I don't remember what state. Wyoming.
That's what I just said.
Okay. It's on the east side of Idaho. Okay. And I've
All
looked.
right. Well, you can always survive on potatoes.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. And grab the onions on the way, right? Um we're gonna pretend we're Amish. We're gonna, three of my brothers are construction geniuses, and of course have to be the brains of the outfit because if they didn't have a leader, they pick their noses. But we're gonna meet all there, bring all of our survival whatever. I just ordered a dozen thermal blankets.
Look what Dove just put.
I know, right?
You're gonna be stuck in traffic.
Oh no, I know all the back roads, how to get there. We've already see this is what our meeting is gonna be. We have people will be coming from, Southern California, Oregon, Washington, back east, Oklahoma, and we're all gonna go up to Idaho, my brother's property, and we'll pretend we're Amish and build each other's houses and yada yada. And you know, we're gonna survive it. I told him make sure, you guys got to make sure you got enough food for all the people in your family for at least 4 months, which will give us enough growing time.
And then you're gonna be. Don't call Santiago. I don't think he's around.
My brother's working on the pasture for the cows. We'll have cows, chickens, and stuff like that. We will not have pigs.
And the government will take the land away.
Yeah, if they can. I don't think they're going to care about a whole family sitting in 5 acres of land.
They don't want anyone to be
I know.
self-sustaining.
But they're going to go for the people in the cities and the outer towns before they go for the people that are pulling a Grizzly Adams thing. I've done so much research, guys. I could build a water wheel for a creek. I've been studying a lot of different stuff.
You know,
How,
you
how
need
to
to.
how to prepare for canning and knitting and crocheting and sewing and whatever. We're gonna have a solar type um generator, not one that works on gas, but a generator, a solar generator, hand crank radio, that kind of thing.
You know,
Collapsible water jugs.
I used to think it was funny when people would be showing all their bunker and
Oh, you know that all the
making their
billionaires and
videos,
millionaires
doing all
are
their,
having bunkers built on their property now?
and they're gonna fulfill prophecy because it says that.
They're gonna hide in caves, yes.
They're gonna hide in the caves.
Yep.
But all these people that have their that are the I can't think of the name where they store everything up. The preppers, when they put the videos online, and it's like you just told the government where to go.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like
You know,
dumb.
serious, and they're
It's like,
showing all
I
their
need a t-shirt.
stuff.
I'm with Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, they're showing all their food, their weapons, and oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm
know,
happy,
right?
I'm
You don't be giving up all that stuff. You
yeah,
just, one
yeah, but
thing everybody should work on getting is something that's a truck or some vehicle that's easy enough to work on that's 1975, 1974 or later, because they are not um they cannot be shut down by an EMP. I watched this movie. It was I don't remember what it's called. It was Grizzly Adams family. They had newer cars, blah blah blah. And
I
China
know that.
came in and let off an EMP, and everything across the country was shut down. Anybody that had anything older, they could run off, and when they saw them were driving, they were shooting those cars out of the those trucks and stuff. They had to stop it. I mean, it was like, oh shit, there's a prophecy.
It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know about cult or a cult, and trust me, it's going to be hard with my family. Hi, Lola. Um, my oldest brother's Mormon. My next older brother is uh, God. I don't even know how to explain it.
He's something.
He's way into all the nautical laws and how the governments have made each person a corporation so they could profit off of them, that kind of thing. Then I have my third oldest brother. He is Seventh Day Adventist. My younger sister, she's Wicca. It's like, are you serious, you guys? Now we were all raised Southern Baptist, and although I don't prescribe to the Southern Baptist ways anymore. There were just too much stuff that went on during my raising that makes you want to go, oh. But my mother was a eschatologist from hell. I guess I just kind of took on the eschatology from her.
There was a joke that we used to say a long time ago because you brought up the Wiccan, and it's like, there's three boxes that in case of emergency break glass, and the Christian breaks it open and there's a Bible. The Wiccan breaks it open and there's a stick. The atheist breaks theirs open and there's nothing because there's no hope for them.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot. I, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't think you were here when I said it first, Santiago, but 99% of all churches are just done for profit.
Oh, man, I've known that for the longest
You know,
time.
there are very few
Longest time. You know
churches
what I call it?
that are
I
true.
I told this one girl one time about that. I call it panhandling, and that they panhandle in the church.
Oh gosh, yeah.
When they do that, to me, it's all they're just panhandling.
Now
And
my brother still follows the Mormon faith, but he's not really involved. He used to be a deacon in the church, the Mormon church. I think the Mormons are involved with everything going on because what they were supposed to do was gather all the uh, I guess heraldry and family ties, the family lines. That was their project. They were supposed to, find out who was related to who and how far back it goes, yada yada yada. When they knocked on my brother's door, when they need to raise money, they'll just knock on your door and tell you how much to write the check for. They come into my brother's house, and because he's a fabricator, he's a master fabricator, by the way. Um, he was told he could write a check for $56,000 and it had to go to the church. My brother looked at him and said, "That ain't happening."
Well,
No,
nobody knows.
I read almost every kind of religion there is today. I have read who started it and why. What were the foundations of starting that religion? And when you get into that kind of stuff, you have to be prepared because there's a lot of falsities that were portrayed to the people that they wanted to follow. I mean, just lie after lie after lie. And you have to be really prepared. But when you start looking into it, what happens is that you see that they all have done the same thing. They have all started it because of greed, because of profit. So you got to really be careful. This is why I do not go to church, because of the backgrounds of the churches. Why do they start? And the Catholic Church was right on up until about, the ninth century. And then they started getting greedy. The 900s or before. I don't know when they actually started getting greedy and changing, but it was, just a couple of 100 years after we changed from BEC to AD. They were a couple centuries, and that was it. They started using it. The popes and the cardinals and the bishops and stuff started using it for their own power. So it was just a power grab. That's all they are. It's power grab. I
Hey,
I I
look,
can I can study what God said, and I don't just use the Bible, although I use it as a main source. I do the research. I look other things up. Josephus, a great historian, and they're starting to find out everything he wrote was exact and true. So I have wow. I have a Josephus book. It's about 3 inches thick. It's every writing he ever did, and it's like -2 font. But you know, um, yeah, I do the research. I follow the Bible. I follow the archaeology. I follow the history, and I look things up. So anyway, that's where I am on that. And I love to talk about it because God, the stuff I know is just unbelievable.
you're just a sponge.
I am. I anything eschatology I will read. If I find even a hiccup, I'm done. It's got to follow a certain ethic and moral uh ethical and moral conveyor belt, if you will, um of information. If anything is even seems out of place, then yeah, red flags go off. I know a lot. I would love to start a class or a stream where all we did was a biblical timeline. I've done several. I sit down and okay, he was this old and had him at this age, and start bringing the timeline down and showing just how it goes. It's really quite interesting, actually, because a lot of science meets up with religion.
I don't know. I'm looking around for something to snack on.
Here, you want some of this pizza? I got a Toblerone, and I've got a Lindor too.
I got a bad habit of snacking. Like,
I gotta have more coffee. Shit.
uh,
Anyway, gosh, 2 hours have gone by that fast. Wow. H. Welder, what are we up to? We're
hey,
talking
Welder,
about brick.
just
Well,
chit
we were
chatting.
talking about bricks. We're talking about religion now, about what's
We're talking
coming.
about anything. Anybody want to get up on the stream? Join in. Come on. Talk
The
about
links
whatever you
above.
want.
The links above.
Yep.
Where is
Get in
LJ?
here.
I need to know that date of that war. I lost the little post-it note that I wrote it on. I thought it was
Anybody want to come up?
1871, 1817. I don't know.
Come on up, chit chat.
The first Seminole War is 1817.
Lola, when one of my sisters passed away, we gave she had we gave her a Christian funeral, and her kids and my brother-in-law were Jehovah Witnesses, and her eldest daughter stayed, for the service that we gave, but her next daughter and my brother-in-law walked away and stayed off to a distance until we were done. And we were like, wow, but when they had the services, uh, when they had her wake, they had it at the Jehovah Witness at their hall, and we went. We were there. We were there for them, and but when it came for us to do a service, a Christian service, they walked away, and it was like, wow, it's like, all right, but yeah, yeah, so interesting. Catholic priest and a Southern Baptist preacher. Hey,
Well,
whatever.
yeah, you kind of sometimes the family just won't let you get away with it.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have a memorial for my brother who died almost a year ago now. Everybody was in the throes of the pandemic, and still, or maybe it's 2 years now. Well, we still haven't
Get
had
this,
his.
get this, Lola. Excuse me. Um, when my mother was apostolic and my dad was Catholic. How in the world did that happen? I don't know. You know, two ends of the spectrum there. So Pentecostal on one end and Catholic on the other end. But and here I am. But yeah, so I was thinking about that what you just said about the Catholic and the Baptist. Come on, anybody want to get up, chit chat, about anything? 2 cents, 3 cents. You know, but so far we're all in this boat together. The ship is sinking, and
Yeah,
like they always say, follow the rats.
we're up shit creek without a paddle in a hole in the boat.
Just put your foot over it. Stick your finger in it until you go over the falls. Well,
Oh, that's great, H. Welder. I'm glad you're going back to work. Yeah, I've done a lot of things, boy.
oh, H. Welder, that's good, man. You know what? You know what? I'll tell you what, man. or stacks. They come in handy when we got to turn stuff in. We need that extra fund.
Yeah,
They come in handy.
I've got, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna stop buying silver now and again, but I got enough to tie me over. Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's sad.
One thing I like to do is like give a coin away, here and there. And well, I'll tell you what. I went. I had spent. This is when I was in better condition. Um, I would go and I'll spend like a weekend at a casino, and
You
I left it.
sinner, you.
Oh, there's a casino over here that I used to love going to. I used to love spending the night, and I left a tip. I'd always leave a tip. I get the glass and put it right on the dresser, and then I put a little note on there for the housekeeper. And but I left an ounce of silver. I left a really nice looking round in there, and I put housekeeping, an ounce of silver for you. It's real. I'll tell you what. I came back to the room, and I knew that room was clean. I mean, there was just something about it. I couldn't put my finger on it, but there was something different about the room, and I knew absolutely it was clean. And then on the bed there was a little card with a note thanking me. But I don't know. But it was like a brand new room in there. Like they tore everything out and redid it. I couldn't tell what it was, but I knew that room was clean.
Okay, now I guess I'm lost. You kind of remind me of my kids when they're talking to me. They start in the middle.
Yeah,
What are you
I, I
referring
give
to?
I'll give a coin away. Give it away for Christmas or just because.
Oh, you couldn't find your stuff because somebody cleaned your room.
No, no, no. I left a tip for the housekeeper
Oh,
at
okay.
at the hotel, and it was a silver round. It was a really nice silver round. Well, when I came back to the room, the housekeeper had went in there, and I knew that the room was clean. I couldn't figure out what they did, but there was just something about the hotel room that I knew they cleaned that thing up really good. And then the housekeeper left me a note thanking me for the silver.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, yeah, it's nice. The ones who never get it, the ones who would never get it, was the Domino's delivery guy. I would always give him a
Well, because
choice.
because money goes
Yeah,
further. They just don't know. Take 5 minutes and sell it. You might get more.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I'll tell him I'm going to let you, pick your tip. Do you want $5, a $5 bill, or an ounce of silver?
Hey, you
Every
five
single
dollars to a
time,
pizza guy.
every single time they take the money. Well,
I
I'm
want
sure
to
you
be
can.
your pizza delivery person. Okay.
Hey, sometimes I'd give more.
I
I
I'm a
never.
stingy I'm a stingy bitch.
No, sometimes I would have a $5 bill in one and a $10 bill in one, or even a 20 in the other one.
I just
The rock bottom tip
I
for me
don't
was five
see
bucks.
tipping somebody for bringing you a pizza when they were hired to do that job.
Nah, I didn't feel right if I didn't at least tip them five
Now, if
bucks.
it had been
I raised it
raining
up
and
to
pouring out,
I
yes,
raised
I
it up to
definitely would
seven
have.
because everything went up. I raised it up to my minimum tip is $7.
Dang, dude.
Hmm. That's my rock bottom. I don't feel comfortable with less than that.
Well, we have been on for almost 2 hours, and I am just about ready to drop. I am so friggin' tired from the week. I need to. If anybody sees LJ, will you please tell him to send me an email on what he wanted me to research? I totally
Was it
lost
the
the
War of
whole.
1812?
Is it 1812?
Was it the War of 1812?
I don't know. Is the War of 18 something?
1812, I bet you.
I thought it was 17 or 71 or something. Oh, maybe it was 1812 because it had something to do between the war between the United States and Great Britain.
Hey, Dove Season, I'll take breadsticks. You bet.
UK versus USA. Maybe that's it. I'll do the research this week on it. I went and found the big 1 pound pack of yeast, the big compressed pound package, because I love to cook. Oh, and it's all fast acting, fast rise, that kind of thing. You don't have to wait 2 hours for it to rise up after you've slammed it down once.
Back home in California, the Little Caesars, oh, they made good breadsticks. Oh, here, oh, they're terrible.
Oh. I don't know. I go to Domino's with the $6.99 deal. I can get a pizza, pasta, breadsticks, and barbecue bacon chicken for $6.99 each. Each,
Oh,
yeah.
each, yeah.
Well, shoot. Hey, Daryl, you see a pizza? You get a regular pizza, it's like $25. And I got to tell you what, Papa Murphy's is the biggest damn scam there is. I think they're the only pizza place that charges $2 per extra serving. And then they don't even cook it.
I don't like Papa Murphy's.
Oh,
no, I don't like Papa John. Papa John's the one I don't like.
Oh, we have one up here called, what is it called? I don't know. Ugh. They put all the cheese underneath all the toppings, so when you get the pizza, all the toppings fall off. And if you get a pepperoni pizza, there's like 3 pounds of pepperoni, and we're talking the little mini ones, like a 1 inch across circumference, anyway, 1 inch round, and they'll throw 1,000 of those buggers on there. You try to eat that pizza, and you get a mouthful of pepperoni that's falling off all over the place. Cheese is supposed to go on top to hold it all in.
Well, I tried Papa John's once, and I was like, ugh.
Dude, the place I'm talking about, their pizzas have got so much salt in it. Ugh. You do too, Lola. Where you from?
Modesto. Lola, I'm from Fresno.
Technically, I'm from Placerville.
Oh, in California. She's from Modesto. You know what I miss? Oh, Lola, me and Ed's pizza. Oh,
round table pizza is good.
Oh, me and Ed's. Me and Ed's is in California, the Central California, and they use like the cornmeal underneath the dough, and it slides off the board when they throw it in the oven.
I want to point out she's saying was. That means it's past tense. We still have a round table pizza up here.
Oh,
yeah. I grew up most of my younger years, between, I'm gonna say, 2 to 12 was in Placerville.
Where's Placerville?
It's 50 miles east of Sacramento.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Great town. It's where the gold rush happened.
Oh, okay.
Sutter's Mill. We lived it's 5 miles from one of the houses we lived at on Coloma Street.
Modesto. You know, Lola, Modesto was considered the murder capital of the state,
Yeah, but now you don't get charged with murder. It's just aggravated assault, so it can't be counted as murder anymore.
Yeah. Things have changed.
Sorry. That was a joke to the woke. Sorry.
Oh, Dove Season's cooking something good.
He's got a 4-pound bacon wrapped meatloaf on the smoker.
Oh,
30 more minutes to go. And
I'm
we're
like
probably
Homer.
not helping about talking about all this pizza and stuff.
I'm like Homer Simpson right now, just drooling.
Uh,
Uh.
Here, let's see if we can find that little emoji. Mouth watering. There's one. Where's the little mouth water guy?
Yeah, this is the only one I can find.
I don't. Oh, there it is. There's the other one. There's the two I found.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh man, start a Q&A. No, I don't want to start a Q&A. Let's close. Bacon wrapped meatloaf. Okay. Did you do anything like cheese in the center so when you cut into it it melts? Because I cube carrots and cheese and stuff like that and mix it in with my meatloaf.
All right, Dove Season. Throw a piece in the freezer for me. Put it in one of those airtight deals where they sucks out all the air and mail it to me.
I don't like a lot of dough on my pizza. I don't like a lot of crust, right? So I call up and I'm like, okay, do you have something between a very thin crust and a regular crust? And they're like, no. So the guy, he suggests a stuffed pizza. Now I'm thinking this is where they roll the mozzarella around the edge of the crust, right? I'm like, okay. I go and get the thing, and it's got 2 crusts on it. And all the ingredients were just thrown into the middle of the pizza. So I got this pizza that looked like it had a volcano on the top. I get home, because I got it from Papa Murphy's, and I unrolled it and stuff, pulled back the first one, and I'm looking at this thing going, wait, where's all the cheese? There was no cheese in this first layer. So I spread everything out flat. I put the top crust back on it, roll it back up, and then I'm looking, I'm like, what in the hell is this? They had little pieces of hamburger, I guess, on top with another handful of cheese. I'm like, wait, I just paid massive amounts for extra cheese, and there is no extra cheese. There's hardly no cheese at all. I was just like, oh my God. So I got to go talk to the owner here this coming week. I'm going to show him pictures. This is what it looked like when I got it. Dude, get your employees in line. Anyway, it is 7:30, guys. We've been going 2 hours. I'm hoping John starts feeling better. I'm starting to worry about him. I don't know if he's just not going to come back and just playing it off or what.
Hey,
So,
Ice Girl and Lola, did you guys ever go down to LA, the Garment District area, and have
where?
one of those bacon wrapped hot dogs?
Okay, you're starting in the middle again.
What? I
Go
said
down where?
down to in LA. It's called the Garment District.
Los Angeles?
Yeah, and they got these
Oh,
street
who would be
vendors.
crazy enough to go to LA?
Ugh. That way at the Garment District, these street vendors would sell these hot dogs with bacon wrapped around it. Oh, it was like a
I would feel safer in Tijuana getting a taco off the street, but from a
ooh,
street vendor. Oh,
ooh.
street vendor tacos are great.
Well, yeah, but they rip you. Everybody over there rips you off.
Oh no, $1.50, no big deal. I love their
The
street vendor tacos, and they had bacon wrapped hot dogs too from the vendor.
last time I went to TJ, I knew everybody was ripping me off.
Oh God, I
Matter
love
of fact,
Tijuana.
someone did rip me off. They stole. They not only did they take the money out of my wallet, I didn't even know till later. I was like,
Dude, I always had a $50 bill in underneath underneath the inside of my shoe in case I needed to buy my way out of jail.
Oh man, a friend of mine, he was like, he got so drunk, and he was like, "Oh man, because I spent my money. How are we gonna get back?" I said, "Don't worry about it. Like, I got plenty of money still." And I opened my wallet, and my money's all gone.
Oh
I
my
was like,
god.
"What?" I was
I
like,
was
"What
in
the
my
hell?"
young and stupid years, dude. They did tequila poppers in your mouth. They pour the ingredients in your mouth and shake your head while they're blowing a whistle.
Hot dove season, they're good, huh? You practically get a heart attack as soon as you bite into them. Oh my god, they're so
Yeah,
good.
you guys are brave going to LA.
Oh my god, those are so good.
I don't want to go to Seattle or Portland, and you guys are talking about LA, which is 10 times
Oh,
what these two are.
well, that's when I lived in California.
I could drive from here to San Diego in 24 hours, dude.
Pier 39. Oh yeah, I remember going there. Yeah.
I don't know if you
No,
ever get to Amarillo. They have a steakhouse on 40.
drove
It's
through
like
Amarillo.
it's like this 96-ounce steak. You have to eat everything, including the grizzle and everything on your plate. But if you can do it, it's free.
I think I
Otherwise, it
passed by
costs
that
you like
place.
$150.
I'm willing to bet I drove right past that place. It's right off the freeway.
Yeah, they have the best cheese rolls there. Dinner rolls with little cubes of cheese in them.
Hey Lola, one time I went to Pier 39 and I was having the fish and chips. And then I would wait till somebody was walking across and I throw a French fry out there in front of them so that all the seagulls would be landing around them.
Oh, that's so mean.
That
I
was
used to
so
go to the
funny.
park
That
downtown
was
San
so funny.
Diego where all the
Oh,
pigeons would congregate. And my friend, I was just in my crazy years. And I'd start running and waving my arms up and down, screaming, you're free, fly away."
have you seen that video? A video where these guys feed the seagulls down at the beach, but they gave them like diuretics,
Oh,
and then the
man.
seagulls are flying all over the place, and they're
Shitting
just
all
they're
over
just
everybody's
dumb, they're
cars.
just messing on everyone.
That's gross. Diuretics.
They did. They put it all over potato chips and everything, so the
And if they're
seagulls will eat
hungry,
it.
they'll eat.
Oh man,
They're the flying rats and
it's so
cockroaches of
funny.
the world.
Never give a pelican Alka-Seltzer. You'll kill it.
No, probably shouldn't be
It'll be
giving
flying
animals
and then it'll
anything.
just dive bomb.
It shouldn't be giving any animals anything, honestly. You
Uh,
can't give trout and salmon corn. It'll suffocate them. It gets stuck in their thing, and they'll suffocate underwater. It's
well,
really bad.
well, I had a good time throwing that French fry out, watching everybody panic. That was so funny.
See, you're that kid with your hand in the cookie jar.
Well,
Yeah, you're gonna get disciplined for that.
only one person got mad at me. Everybody else panicked.
Yeah, it's because of that reason, Dove. I think California has a law you cannot throw rice at weddings. I believe so.
With the
It's because of
prices
what
and
it
the
does
prices of
to the
food
bird.
now. What you kidding with the prices of food now? I'll bet you there's someone out there ready to pick it all up.
I know, right? I was so mad. I went to usually I could go to the store, spend about $150, come home with 10, 12 bags of groceries. I went the other day, I spent $90. I had 3 bags of groceries. I was like, what?
I had a homeless guy get mad at me one time because I was throwing pieces of a cheeseburger for the pigeons. And he got mad at me and I looked at him, I said, "At least they can fly. What can you do?" And he was all mad.
Yeah, when I was doing that pressure washing thing, I was ordered by my boss to shoot the pigeons out of the rafters on my jobs because California once again had a law. All sidewalks had to be cleaned at least once every 30 days, usually because of food and pigeon droppings, but I was ordered to fire on them with high pressure hot water. Then they got smart and started putting nails in the tops of those pylons so the birds wouldn't land. But you know what? Those birds will bend those spikes. They will. Well, it's been fun, everybody. I'm exhausted. I have been working my tush off all week long. Very in between. I mean, I was even over at trade day for only I was there an hour longer than I should have been, but you know. So I'm gonna say thank you everybody for coming, and we'll see you next week. It's already set. I'm gonna find out why John is not coming back. We'll see.
And I got to go find something to snack on.
Thank you,
Cookie.
everybody. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. We are now a week into it. And
Yay.
yeah, good luck to everybody. Have a wonderful night. And thank you all for coming.
And Valentine's is right around the
Oh,
corner.
shush yourself. Good night, everybody.
Everyone. Have a good night, everyone.